My initial question was, is it possible that electronic surveillance was used to spy in the United States in 1870? And that raises some other questions come up. When was the first major law for electronic surveillance passed? What is the oldest form of surveillance? What federal law passed in 1978 created procedures for physical electronic surveillance and collection of foreign intelligence? When did the government start spying on us? Blah, blah, blah. So let's go back to my initial question. Is it possible surveillance spying in 1870 US after the Civil War? That, by the way, is when my German ancestors were first living in Wisconsin. So the answer here is yes, it is possible that electronic surveillance was used in 1870, though primitive. The Civil War saw both sides tapping telegraph lines to read messages. In the 1870s marked the beginning of America's first information revolution, where early forms of surveillance like wiretapping were developed. Telegraph tapping. The earliest form of electronic surveillance was wiretapping. It began during the Civil War, 1861 to 1865, when both Union and Confederate forces tapped each other's telegraph lines. Well, very interesting. I didn't know that. This means that by 1870, the technology and practice were already in place, though its use expanded after the war. Information revolution, the 1870s were a period of technological advancement that led to an information revolution, which included the development of new communications technologies and consequently new methods of surveillance. Early development. While sophisticated surveillance like telephone tapping was further developed in the following decades, the foundational technology and tactics were established before 1870 and were likely used in the years immediately following the Civil War. And then, just to review here quickly, I'll go over the questions again. Other people ask, when was the first major law for surveillance passed? A good question. What's the oldest form of surveillance? And there at the end, when did the government start spying?